Hello all, welcome to our Speed GK YouTube channel. We will be posting new videos on general knowledge on different subjects and areas every week. Kindly subscribe our channel and support us. Which is the oldest code of law in India? Manusmriti, the earliest codified laws, civil and criminal, that defined and demarcated for first time in India during 335 to 345 AD was followed in the Saka dynasty, in which of the following period the civil and criminal laws were clearly demarcated? Gupta period, the scientific study of law, jurisprudence, first started among Romans, in whose period courts were established in India. Warren Hastings, who was the first person to demand a separate constitution for India. M.N. Roy, in 1934, how many members were there in the Constituent Assembly? 389, who was the first interim president of the Constituent Assembly? Dr. Satchidananda Sinha, who was the first elected president of the Constituent Assembly? Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was the vice president of the Constituent Assembly? T. Krishnamachari, who was the head of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who is called the father of the Indian Constitution and the chief architect of our Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the Constituent Assembly formed the drafting committee of India Constitution on 29 August 1947. What was the time taken by the drafting committee to complete the Indian Constitution? 2 years 11 months and 18 days. When was the drafting of the Constitution ends? 26 November 1949. When was the Constitution of India adopted by the Constituent Assembly? 26 November 1949. When is our Constitution Day? 26 November. When was Indian Constitution adopted officially? 26 January 1950. The original Constitution of India has 22 parts, 8 schedules, 395 articles. Respect for national flag is a fundamental duty. What is the supreme law of India? Constitution. The idea of preamble in the Constitution of India was taken from Constitution of USA. The essential elements of basic structure of Constitution of India is contained in preamble. The Constitution names our country as India, that is Bharat. The Constitution establishes a system of government that is almost quasi-federal. This was a statement of Professor K.C. When did the Supreme Court of India come into existence? 28 January 1950. Ignorance of law is not an excuse in law. The Supreme Court of India consists of the Chief Justice of India and other 33 judges, who appoints both judges of the High Courts and Supreme Court. President of India, who appoints district judges in the states. Governor of the state, who appoints a magistrate. High Court, who has the right to remove a sessions judge from service. High Court. Which tribunal handles matters related to environmental issues? National Green Tribunal, NGT. When was the first ever public interest litigation, PIL, filed? 1979. In 1979, Kapila Hingoni filed PIL and secured the release of almost 40,000 under trials from Patna's jails in the famous Husainara Khatun case. Hingoni was a lawyer. This case was filed in the Supreme Court before a bench led by Justice P.N. Bhagwati, who would usually issue an arrest warrant. A judicial officer, the act of unlawfully entering into another's property constitutes trespass. Who was the first Indian lady vakil? Cornelia Sorabji, first woman judge to be appointed to Supreme Court was Justice Srimati M. Fatima Biwi, the first woman judge appointed as Chief Justice of a High Court. Justice Srimati Laila Setha, who was the first woman judge of the International Court of Justice. Dame Rosalind Higgins, British, which right was remarked by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar as the heart and soul of the Constitution. Right to constitutional remedies. The law relating to prisoners of war, POW, has been codified by Geneva Convention, 1929. Public holidays are declared under Negotiable Instruments Act. A formal instrument by which one person empowers another to represent him is known as power of attorney. The offense of inciting disaffection, hatred or contempt against the government is sedition. Who was the first person to be convicted under sedition? Bal Gangadhar Tilak, the first person to be convicted under sedition in 1897. No one can be convicted twice for the same offense. This doctrine is called double jeopardy, a writ to have the body of a person to be brought in before the judge. Habeas corpus, which one of the following writs is issued to release a person from wrongful detention? Habeas corpus, where is the National Judicial Academy located? Bhopal. Thanks for watching Speed GK YouTube channel. Please support our Speed GK YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe and also please share this video with your friends. Thank you.